Happy Monday, everyone. Carmen Broxma here with Choose Joy with Carmen. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Arvada, Colorado, and back again for another episode of my Mo Joy Monday. So, we've been working on Christmas cards the entire month of November, and today's Christmas card is going to be more on the cutesy side. The other ones weren't as cutesy, but they were still nice. So the products that we're going to be using today are two of the circles from the Stylish Shapes. We're going to be using this bundle right here called Penguin Place, which is, I don't know if it's still bundled together. I don't know that it is or isn't. But when I purchased it, it was a bundle and it came with this punch. So we're going to be using that set. And the only reason why I pulled out this set was because I wanted the die that was part of the Sending Smiles, because I really like the way it fits perfectly over the sentiments that I'm going to be using from the Penguin Place. So that's the only thing I'm using from that set. And then we're going to be using these two designs from the Storybook Gnomes Designer Series paper. So I think this will be cute. I like this for a penguin, so that's what we're going to be using. And we're also going to be using this Stripes and Splatters 3D. It comes together, but I'm going to be using the splatters on today's card. So what we first need to do is pull in some pieces of scraps of black and white, basic white, and the pumpkin pie. And then basically what we're going to do is we're just going to punch out the necessary pieces from the punch. So we need the body in black, and then we need the inside of the body in the white. So I just do little strips so that I can just focus on that part. And then we need a couple of the little feet here. So I'm just taking some of the orange here. Well, it's the pumpkin pie actually is what it's called. And doing that. So now we have all our little pieces here. And all the rest of this can get thrown away. And I just also wanted to show you that I've been working on, I have a craft fair coming up this weekend. And I've been working on this holder, this hand sanitizer holder. And so I had a request from somebody who found me. I don't know how she found me, but she wanted to know how to make this. So I decided to create a video using this. But I'm only going to make it available to anyone who's on my email list. So if you are currently on my email list, I'm going to be emailing that YouTube link out to you. So in case you want to make this at some point in the future, even though, you know, I'm using retired products. But if you just want to see how I made it, then I will go ahead and be sending that out to the people that are currently on my email list. And if you want to receive the tutorial on how I did this, then you need to sign up to be on my email list. And I will go ahead and put that link in the description as well. So I just wanted to let you know about that. Since we're working on a penguin card today, I thought I would give, you know, this an option to the tutorial for this penguin hand sanitizer holder as a free gift. Okay, so let's get on with the card. So now what I did was I took the body part and I went ahead and brought in the eyes and the beak and stamped them on this part. And what I'm using the Memento Tuxedo Black, and it's kind of always hard to like figure out where I'm going to put the eyes, but I think once you have it punched out. That's why I like to punch it out. I suppose what you could do is stamp this on white first and then put it in and punch it out how you like it. So that's always an option too. Then I'm going to bring in the pumpkin pie and stamp his beak. And let's see, we're going to get that on here. And then that's kind of going to go up there in between his eyes, but just right underneath that little indentation there. Okay, so now all we need to do is put him together. So basically I'll be gluing this here, and then I will be gluing his little feet on. And what you could do, and I might do this too, is I might get out my sponge dauber and put a little pumpkin pie around there to give that little dimensional look there. So that is going to be put together, and we're going to be using that for the card. But we also need some other elements to him. So I already went ahead and stamped the scarf and the hat in the, what did I do? The pool party. But what I wanted was I wanted a little bit more to pull in the colors from that designer paper that we're using. So I'm taking my Stampin' Write marker, and I just took and colored in, like, if you can see, there's like this, you know, this little band here, and I just went with every other one and just colored right over where I stamped. And then on the scarf, I just did some lines. So let me pull that in and show you what that looks like. And let me put it on a piece of cardstock here. Oops, we don't want the foot. Okay, see, so I just went ahead and colored in every little block on the hat with the Pacific Point marker, and then made some stripes on the scarf. And then we don't have a die or a punch for this, so you have to fussy cut that out. But you know, these are really simple. That's small and easy. So that's going to be the hat and the scarf. And then what I did, because I wanted to do some paper saving, was I went ahead and, because our card base is going to be Pacific Point, and then I pulled in the pool party, and to do the paper saving, I die cut the larger of the circle, the two that I'm using. So we're using these two because I wanted a little frame. So I went ahead and die cut that out because it's going to be covered. But before I cover it, I ran it through with that embossing folder down here at the bottom. And yeah, it's going to be a little lines there, but you're not going to even notice that. But I wanted that splattered look just because it looks like snow to me. So that's going to be our next layer. And then I'm taking, then we're going to be working with the designer series paper. And this is the next one. And I'm going to be putting that up here. See, we're going to be covering up that circle that we die cut. And I'm putting that there. And then I took a strip of that other designer paper, and I'm going to be placing that right there. And then I took and stamped my sentiment in the Pacific Point on a scrap piece of basic white, and I said, I did the sentiment, to the coolest friend ever, and that's when I used that other die here to die cut that out, and that is going to be put on here. And then with that other circle, so we have the one that we die cut already, and that's going to go here in the middle. And then the smaller one I die cut with that other designer paper, and that's going to go here. And then I'm going to go ahead and work on getting my penguin together, and then he will basically be going right here. Then on the inside, I took the other sentiment that says be cool, be chill, be merry, and I stamped it on with the Pacific point. And then there was some snowflakes in that set, and I just used the pool party to do that there. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere a piece of that, um, the Pacific point with the snowflakes at the bottom here. And that is going to be the inside of our card. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get all of this assembled, and then I'll come back and show you how I finished off the card. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and here is what we have so far. And I put the inside in already. But then as I was looking at it, I remembered that last year we had these iridescent snowflakes, and they did come back this year, so I decided to pull them out, and they are called the Wonderful Snowflakes. And what I did was I grabbed one of them, and I went ahead and put a dimensional on the back there. And what I want to do is I just want to offset this right below that circle, but then make sure that it doesn't hang off the edge of the card. So I just need to find a nice, good place for him to set there on that dimensional. And then here's the little penguin guy with his hat and his scarf, and I did go ahead and do this sponge dauber and did a little sponging on his feet there before I glued them down. And then I just added some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to go ahead and pop him up right in the middle of this circle. And then I think that'll be cute. And then I went ahead with the mini dimensionals, and I put several on the back of the sentiment just because it's a long sentiment and I wanted it to, be really stable so that if it goes through the mail, it doesn't get smashed. And then that I will just go ahead and center here on the front of the card the best I can. And there is that. And then I was like, oh, still needs a little bit more something. So I remembered, so we're using the paper out of this designer paper here. The, what did I tell you? Storybook Gnomes, 12 by 12. Well, in this whole suite, they have these fine sparkle adhesive back gems, and the colors match perfectly. Well, it would make sense that they would, right, if they're part of the suite. So I went ahead and pulled them out, and we're going to go ahead and get my Take Your Pick tool, and I want to put a large one in the middle of, let me grab an end one here so it's easier to grab. In the middle of the snowflake, I think that would be really cute. And then these other two, I'm going to do a large of this one, of that. And I think it is, I don't know if it says in here, it is Pool Party and Pacific Point, and those are the two colors that I'm using ink-wise, so it worked out perfect. So I'm going to put one up here, and I'm going to take a small one. I'm going to take one of the large ones and one of the small ones, and I'm just going to kind of keep the two Pool Party ones closer to the top up there, and then I'll have my third one down here on the snowflake, on that iridescent snowflake. I just love that. Now you could add more embellishments if you want, but I'm going to stop there. So there is our cute card. I love it. And if I would have made the holder that I'm going to be sending out the tutorial to people who are on my email list, I could have used the same papers and then made it, to match this. What a cute set that would have been, right? So, but I wasn't thinking because that wasn't my plan, but I like the way this came out too. So I just think they're so cute. I love penguins. Alrighty, well, there's our card for this week. Hope you enjoyed that. And I'm going to continue trying to get stuff ready for the craft fair this weekend. So we'll see how it goes, and I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we will see you again next Monday for another episode of my Mojoy Monday. And remember, if you want that free tutorial on my YouTube video, go ahead and click on the link below to make sure that you are on my email list. Alrighty, thank you. Bye-bye.